Hey, thanks a lot for joining us today. This video is in regards to the convection fans that are on the Integra 1, the Austroflamm Integra 1, the Rika Integra 2, Vizio Premios. This season has been kind of chaotic in regards to convection fans. Supplies have been limited. We've had inventory issues. So pretty much what we've been doing to help everybody out in the time of need is we rebuild the fans, motors, carrier bearings, you name it. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to show you how to disassemble the fan, which a lot of people are sitting there holding it and they're wondering, what's the first step? Well, the first step that I've already taken is, here's your bracket. Kind of step back here. Here's your bracket that mounts. line this up with the phone camera. That mounts on the back of your stove like so. Okay, I already took it off 6 screws. Set it to the side. Next thing you're going to want to do after you, well, first off, I better state that the very first step of removing your fan is you have to take the colored panels off the each side of the stove to expose the convection fan. And you might as well take all 4 of them off if you got a free stand. And you will end up finding that it's pretty basic in way of taking 2 screws out on each side and the fan will just slip right out for you. Be careful with the wires, just unplug the quick disconnects and we're pretty much ready to roll. So anyhow, you got it in your hand. You've taken your bracket off. You can see the screw holes. 2, 4, 6. Take those screws out on the back of your fan. Your mounting bracket comes off. Next thing you're going to want to do, grab your motor. Kind of grab the squirrel cage and the motor at the same time. Grab your fan blade. Pull it off. Make sure that you understand how you took it off, because when you put it back on, you want to make sure you put it back on the right way in order to draw air into the motor. Okay, easy enough. Next, this is where everybody has the issue. Really isn't that big of an issue, but this is twisted on. It's got 4 little ears that slip into the housing of the fan and then twist locks. So if you grab your fan like so, grab your motor, get a good hold on it. Sometimes it'll break loose easy and sometimes you got to reef on it. Take it, pop, pull it out. Okay, that's simple. Now you can inspect your squirrel cage. You can check out your bushing. I've already replaced this one, but this bushing right here, if it starts wearing out, your fan will start rattling. Your carrier bushing. This one here, this thing lasts a long time. I start seeing these being replaced after the, seriously, we started selling them after the stoves hit about 20 years old. So if that doesn't tell you something, we can look back on our records. We can see what we sold when and how many. And that's what we found on these bearings here. Today, this gasket here is one of the main purchased. Next is the carrier bearing itself inside of your housing. Okay, this bearing holds the shaft of the fan. Here's the number one culprit of a noisy fan. That bearing right there. Okay. We got them in stock. Give us a buzz. Shoot one to you if your fan's starting to make noise. Now, if you'll sit and you live with a noisy fan, you'll find that, or we find that the life expectancy of the motors dwindle seriously if you run it while it's out of balance. So as soon as you start hearing it make noise, we have a whole kit that has all of the bearings. Now, there are two styles of bearings. There is this carrier bearing, which has the 4 little tabs here. And then you have this round bearing here with no tabs. It just pushes in. They both work, but the true Austroflamm part is the 4 tabs. Carrier bearing itself, we have these in stock. We've got the motor mount gaskets in stock. Anything that you need to rebuild your fan, we got it. So call us up if you just want to rebuild the fan, just all new gaskets. We have all the gaskets in one kit. So it's really that easy. So after you inspected it, soak it in a tub of solution, water, vinegar. Get all of the debris cleaned off like so. This fan's back to new, literally. I mean, this is a beautiful fan that we rebuilt for a customer here. Let me just pop this bearing back in here. Okay, so anyhow, it's pretty much that simple to take her all apart. If you have any questions or a need of anything in order to get your convection fan up and running, give us a call. One thing that, if you're comfortable doing is if you want to know if your fan is the motor or a bushing, which is making the noise, what I basically do is I've made some leads here, connected up to the fan. Go ahead and put these 2 ends into the 110 socket carefully. Obviously I'm trying to make it very clear. Just hang on to the wires on the insulated casing, put it into the outlet, and your fan will run. It will rattle or it will hum beautifully if it's ready to go. And that's pretty much how we do a quick test on this convection motor. Other than that, very easy to put back together. Put your motor back on, pop it back into place. Now, inside, you'll find that you got 4 little tabs. All you got to do is just bend 1 or 2 of those back over and your motor's not going to go anywhere. and you're good to go. Now we do have brand new aftermarket fans that are out there, and the aftermarket fans have been made by someone in the United States that obviously is trying to supply the demand. We're getting a lot of calls of these aftermarket fans being a little bit louder than the original fans. You know, I put them on our new refurbs and customers don't have a problem with it. So it is what it is. You know, we got motors, original Austroflamm motors that we use for the original housings that, you know, we have dozens of. And, you know, if we ever stop taking stoves in on trade, and at this point it looks like we're going to have parts for a long time. So as for the convection fan, that's how easy it is to figure out what the problem is. And again, if you have any questions, you can give us a call. We'll help you out. 800-348-1021. Email us at offgridstoves@gmail.com. And if you got a problem, we'll get you up and running. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. See ya.